Soul Reapers. Soul Reapers. Soul Reapers. Soul Reapers. Do I even have to say anything? I'ma just keep it short. They have everything, bruh. Most damage, most content. Funnest to play? Because of the sheer amount of content Soul Reapers have, this video will be split into 5 major sections: weapons, Shikai, Hakuda, Kido, and builds. So for example, Odachi will not be talked about in the weapon section, but it will be talked about in a specific build. Got it? Alright, let's take a look at some. Starting off with weapons, we have the newly buffed and nerfed Spear and Greatsword. Now, although I wouldn't say these two are broken, a lot of people definitely switched them, hence Metamancing. Now, what really made these formerly useless weapons good was their hyper armor and low cooldowns, being only 4 and 3 seconds respectively. These weapons were easily spammable for a good get off me tool / space closer or a free combo starter. Now with this next weapon, this the one. It's probably my favorite weapon of all types, so it's fast, it's reliable, with only receiving 1 nerf this entire time. We have Longsword! Hi, my bad, let's actually talk about it. Now although Longsword is in a pretty balanced state right now, this was not always the case. Remember how I said it's only gotten 1 nerf in its entire lifetime? Let's take a look at that. Imagine a time with no Odachi, no Zuis, no Yamato, no Abject.
Oh my god!
Sounds nice, right? Amazing even. One little problem. Stands were in the game. So you know how Longsword crit hits twice? Imagine the second hit cannot be cancelled and can be used while being hit. The most accurate way to describe this is quite literally summoning a stand / crit / sword / person doesn't matter to fight for you. True combos were no longer true because even if you just click the critical button, the second part will come out, forcing your opponent to be hit and shoved away even if you were getting hit as well. And you know what's even crazier? If it was still like this today, it probably wouldn't be top 5 weapons. Crazy power creep, avert the Longsword nerf. Moving on to Shikais, almost every single one has been broken on release, so there's a lot to cover. The most recent widely used Shikai was one of the only ones that was buffed to relevancy, Water. Getting new VFX and having every single one of his moves buffed was more than enough for people to start trying and abusing it. Geyser was true into anything. The wave had very little end lag and a huge hitbox, and the velocity changes made Cascade extremely fast. Along with Ray Steel, it was no surprise why people were using it. The next Shikai we have is Confusion. Yet another that wasn't broken on release, but to be honest, I don't know exactly where this Shikai came from, but I have an idea. On May 28th, Nova Prime posted this video on the lore channel. Following this video, a lot of people started making Confusion content. Then, a lot of people started playing Confusion. And then coincidentally, in the next update 3 days later, Confusion is nerfed. Now I won't lie and say there was no Confusion content prior to May 28th, but I don't think it's crazy to say that a majority of players started after Nova's post. Whatever. I got Aizen. Now I was reacting like this because I thought this Shikai would save Sword for Kido. But if you played against either of these Shikais on release, you would know that this reaction is warranted. I'm of course talking about Koyoka and Duality. Now you might be wondering, why are they paired together? The reason is because effectively, they did the same thing. You couldn't play the game. But how did they do this? Well, in Kyoka's case, it cheated. With Shatter having a 25% multiplier, it wasn't uncommon to go from 5 to 2 bars. This along with the frame 1, no indicator counter that summons a clone that almost had triple the HP it has now and acts immediately, you were basically being jumped, which turned any 1v1 into a 2v1. In Duality's case, however, your moves just lost. It's like a game of rock, paper, scissors, but your opponent always has your counter. What I mean by this is Duality just won. 6 moves, waste reset cooldowns, 4 out of 6 had hyper armor and frame 1, while the other 2 went through block and guard broke respectively. If you even tried to punish or counter or do anything but take it, you would lose because Duality was better than you. Not the player, Duality. Speaking of mythicals, Benihime. Now this might be the biggest case of metamancing / cheat behavior in all of Type Soul. This Shikai was strong on release. It was very good. But people didn't realize this. So when all the YouTubers made videos calling it the worst, it got buffed. This was a mistake. So I was looking for the patch notes where Benihime got buffed and make it so good. Crazy thing, it didn't even get buffed that crazy. The only buff it got is that its pull range was increased slightly. Nah, it was just always this good. Buffed Benihime had it all. No in lag, fast card dodge variant, 2-second true stuns, and a free invincibility get out of jail free card. It was no contest the best thing in the game. Benihime was so good that every YouTuber that called it bad damn near made an apology video. The problem was, when it was the best, everyone hated it. And when it got gutted to the worst, everyone hated it. But hey, that's just Type Soul balancing. Oh, my bad. I'm just killing annoying ass Suzanbachi. Now personally, I don't have fond memories of this Shikai. On its release, I spent around 200 rolls just to not get it. It's fine. It wasn't flashy or good with SR Kido, so eventually I stopped trying. I'm just yapping that this shit was strong. Be it with Hakuda, Speed, or Kido, this thing had true 1 bar plus combos, and the reason for this was simple. It all came down to Ragdoll. Without Ragdoll, this Shikai is nothing, but for some reason, every move decided to Ragdoll for a second plus, and if I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Suzanbachi. It's lame in my opinion, and it should be lucky it didn't get that honorable mention treatment. Moving on to the first skill tree being mentioned, we have Hakuda. Now Story for Hakuda is kind of in a weird place because it's never really been meta defining. It's always had very strong options, but even in Soul Reaper Hakuda's strongest peaks, it's never really been the best build in the game in my opinion. What I'm mainly referring to is the fighting styles, as they've been strong but not broken, so I'm going to be talking about the Shunkos. The most recent Shunko is Lightning. Now the best comparison I can make is that Lightning Shunko was just like Zweiss. 3 low separate cooldown crits that had very little ing lag, were extremely fast, and comboed into each other / other moves. Just like Zweiss, this made it extremely impressive to fight. The second Shunko I want to talk about is Fire Shunko. Now this Shunko was not going to be on the list, but leaderboard player Vega said it should. So take it away, Vega.
Lol, Fire Shunko I didn't play for its peak, but you could crit into catching free combo. After the nerf you could only Tora, so less DMG and no true combo extend, so worse but still busted. It used to not shoot forward.
Really inspiring stuff. But last but not least, we have Wind Shunko. Now I could do what I've been doing for the last 9 minutes, but that would be really boring. So I'll make an animation for y'all. I got you, speed game. So this is the arena, right? Nice big circular arena, right? And this is you, okay? Over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Boom, boom, boom. Give you like a sword. You got like twin blades because you're rocking twins blades for some reason. Yup. Right. This is you. Give it some dreads. Alright. And then this is the enemy when Shunko user, right? So you got like this, you like this, you like this. He has his fists out, and he's like, right. So this is what happens. They use their crit, and boom, it's already on you, right? And then you go in the air, and then they hit you with that. Death flare, which is like this, pop, and then they hit you with that negation, which is like pop, and then you go down 8 bars, and yeah, you can't really do nothing about it because the guard breaks as well. Really balanced stuff here. Warning: if you are allergic to glaze, I highly recommend you skip this section. I repeat, warning: if you are allergic to glaze, I highly recommend you skip this section. You have been warned. Oh, Super Kido, where would I ever be without you? You know, you're probably the worst, most neglected skill tree of all time, but I will never switch up on you. You built this channel. You are the greatest. You're the greatest thing that's ever come to this game. Like, you have the greatest creators. It's just really emotional how amazing Super Kido is. On God. There's not really much to talk about SR Kido wise, since it's always been like a pretty average class. You know, like better than Quincy and Arrancar Kido, but like significantly worse than Speed and Kendo and even some Hakudas. But like, I guess if I had to pick a time, SR Kido was like somewhat viable. It'd probably be like release Tepasatsu or Tepatsu, whatever. With like true 3-bar combos. I mean, like, I guess it was alright. I mean, like, me personally, I've never been hit by one, but like, you know, that's just because I would personally avoid it because it's not that hard. But like, a lot of Shikais were viable, like Blood, popularized by its Nen, Shadow, popularized by its Nen, Wind, popularized by Fluxo, Creation, popularized by its Nen. Really, any stunning Shikai probably worked back then, but shit, I don't know. The class is still mid as fuck and probably needs buffs, so I had to be honest. So like, it shouldn't even be in this video for real. And finally, builds. Odachi Wind, Berserk Dagger. Like and subscribe. Is what I wish I could do. Odachi Wind especially works well together because Wind could put them close and in just enough stun to then get hit with the 1.5 seconds of true stun that pre-nerf Odachi had. This was then true into Wind Crown, Odachi 3rd crit, getting confirmed 1.5 bars every time. I really don't like this build because it got Wind nerfed. I used Wind during this time, but I didn't even use Odachi, so I kind of just had to like take the fall. The second build is Berserk Dagger. The lower HP you had, the faster the swing speed. And the dagger at the time already had fastest swing speed in the game. Very self-explanatory. Honorable mentions. And thank you for watching. Whoa. If you really rock with my content, stay for what I'm about to say, because this is some real important shit, I can't lie. Let me start off by saying thank you so much for 1K. There will be a 1K special, and there will obviously be like a huge giveaway and a special intro. But like, let me know in the comments what you actually want to see for the main part of the video, because it can't be like, hey, thanks for 1K, here's the giveaway, alright, peace, video over. Like, it needs to actually have like some sustenance and shit. And the second thing is, I don't plan on doing the Arrancar Metamancing for like at least another 2 videos. That's gonna be like the same quality as like these ones. It'll take a while, but like, I want to make those more, bruh. That's low-key why there's like the last like 2 minutes of this is just a little bit rushed, because like, bro, I want to make those vids because they're gonna be so entertaining and so much like more fun to make, right? But if this video does like extremely well, like better than the last, then you know, maybe the Arrancar will come out sooner, but I don't think it will, right? So then speaking of those videos, if you're like extremely good at the game, like leaderboard material, and you want to be in one of them, hit my DMs. They're always open. And even if you aren't like leaderboard but you want to be in, Wednesday around 4 p.m. EST, I'll be streaming my 1v1s with viewers to be in the vid, so you can join up that. Like, I usually stream every other day, but like, anyways, last thing is, with me hitting 1K, I have the potential to be monetized. Now, I'm not right now, but you know, in the future I will. And I'm not gonna hoe y'all Ronkars, right? For the Ronkar video, I'll make sure I have top tier music taste, right? But like, other than the Ronkar video, if it's strictly video game music, because it's not copyright, just understand the process. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Like, subscribe, join the Discord because I'm active in there, and peace.